Hello and welcome. So this video is going to be all about the lovers of Catherine the Great of Russia. And boy, does she have a lot of lovers. So Grigory Orlov was born on the 17th of October 1734. He was Catherine the Great's first lover and he was her lover while her husband Peter was still alive. He led the coup to oust Peter from the throne of Russia. And as a thanks for that, Catherine raised him to the position of Count. So they had a son together called Alexei, and Catherine did consider marrying him because, of course, Peter was dead by now. Whether Catherine murdered him or not, that is another video, but he was not alive. So Grigory was actually really enlightened. He wanted to improve the conditions of the serfs of Russia, and he also promoted smallpox inoculations. In 1771, he stopped the spread of a plague epidemic in Moscow, and he also opened hospitals and orphanages. So Grigory's enemies wanted to split him and Catherine up. So to do this, they started spreading around that Grigory was trying to seduce his 13-year-old. So Grigory's enemies wanted to split him and Catherine up, so they spread around this rumour that he was trying to seduce a 13-year-old relative of his. So Catherine kind of believed this, and to try and win her back, he decided to gift her one of the greatest diamonds in all the world, which is now known as the Orlov diamond. But it was no use because Catherine had moved on with her affections. In 1778, he married Catherine Zinoviev, who was either his niece or his cousin. She died in 1781. Grigory was really upset about his wife's death, and he ended up dying on the 24th of April 1783 with mental health issues that were most probably caused by some form of dementia. So Alexander Razorikov was born in 1746, and he became the lover of Catherine the Great in 1772. He was pushed into being the lover of Catherine by the enemies of Grigory Orlov while they were trying to discredit him. So while he was away one time, Catherine replaced him as her lover with Grigory Potentin. Catherine found Alexander really boring, and she found Grigory Potentin more entertaining. And I don't know if Alexander might have been quite happy about not being Catherine's lover anymore, because he did actually complain of feeling like a gigolo. So after they split up, Catherine gave Alexander a pension of 20,000 rubles and some property. He never married, and he died in 1813. Grigory Potenkin was born Old Style on the 30th of September 1739. He was a Russian military leader, a nobleman, and also a statesman. So Grigory first came to the attention of Catherine during the coup to out her husband Peter. He did not become Catherine's lover straight away, but she did allow him to flirt with her and also to kiss her hand. Now Grigory actually lost his left eye. It is unclear how he managed to lose his eye. One rumour says that Grigory Orlov, Catherine's first lover, and his brother Alexei invited Grigory to go and play a game of billiards with him, and then when he turned up, they attacked him, causing him to lose his eye. But it is more than likely that he lost his eye due to an infection. So Grigory went off to fight in the Russian-Turkish War of 1768 to 1774. When he returned to St. Petersburg, he was treated like a war hero. And this is where Catherine and Grigory's relationship moved to the next level. Now, many of their encounters happened in the sauna that was in the basement of the Winter Palace. And surviving letters between them shows that their relationship was filled with lots of sex and lots of laughter. But by late 1775, Catherine and Grigory's relationship started to change. Catherine took another lover who became her new favourite, and as a possible goodbye and also a possible thank you for the sex, Catherine appointed Grigory Prince of the Holy Roman Empire. So even though they are split up, they did actually stay friends for the rest of their lives. He would even put forward candidates as potential lovers for Catherine. So Grigory didn't stay celibate after his relationship with Catherine ended. He had many lovers, including his nieces, of which one of them possibly gave him a child. Grigori died on the 5th of October 1791, and Catherine was absolutely distraught about his death. Because of this, she ordered for all social life in St. Petersburg to be put on hold. Pyotr Zawadowski was born in 1739 and he was from Ukraine. In 1775, he became Empress Catherine's secretary. And then on the 2nd of January 1776, he became Catherine's lover. Now, Pyotr seems to have really been in love with Catherine, but he was also really, really jealous of Grigori, Catherine's ex, who she was still friendly with. Now, this caused a lot of tension in the relationship, and it did cause the relationship to end in 1777. So Pyotr actually done really well for himself after the relationship with Catherine ended. He ended up becoming the highest official in the Russian Empire's educational system. He was appointed Privy Councillor in 1780 and became Director of the State Bank in 1781. Semyon Zorich was born on the 1st of September 1743 in Serbia. He served in the Russian army during the Russian-Turkish War. In 1777, Catherine's ex, Grigori Pontykim, introduced him to Catherine as a potential lover. After being tested by Praskovia Bruce, who was Catherine's lady-in-waiting to see if he was up to becoming a lover of Catherine the Great, Timon became Catherine's lover. He was her lover between May 1777 and May 1778. He died on the 6th of November 1799. Ivan Rimsky-Korsakov was born on the 29th of June 1754 in St. Petersburg. He was presented to Catherine by Grigori Potemkin after, of course, he had been vetted by her lady-in-waiting. Ivan was said to have been a classic beauty. He was also very good at singing and could play the violin really well. Ivan and Catherine's relationship did not last long because she caught him cheating with Praskovia Bruce. It is believed that it was Grigori that actually arranged for Catherine to catch the two in action. It said he did this because he didn't actually like either of them and just wanted them both gone. He got his wish and Catherine banished both of them from the court. Ivan lived the rest of his life with Countess Stroganova, who was actually married. They had 4 children together, and Ivan died on the 31st of July 1831 in St. Petersburg. Alexander Lanskoy was born on the 8th of March 1758, Old Style. He'd actually grown up as a playmate for Catherine's children, Paul and Alexei. So Alexander was actually reintroduced to Catherine again when he was around the age of 22. He had a doctor's check and was also checked by another of Catherine's ladies-in-waiting, Anna. He then became the lover of Catherine. He became Catherine's favourite, and he was actually her lover for 4 years until his death. Now, this was the longest that someone had been a lover of Catherine the Great since Grigori Orlov. So Alexander seemed to really love and respect Catherine. He did not involve himself in any politics, and he would not accept any bribes or ask for any gifts. He was also a massive support to Catherine after the death of Grigori Orlov. So in the summer of 1783, Alexander fell from his horse. This caused him to be really ill. His chest was really bruised and he was coughing up blood. Catherine was really concerned about him, but he did recover. So they had some happy years together until 1787, when Alexander unexpectedly died. He was only 26 years old and he died of diphtheria, though there was rumours going around saying that he actually died because he had been weakened by taking too many aphrodisiacs. But it was also said that he had been poisoned by Grigori Potemkin because he posed a threat to him. So Catherine was really upset about Alexander's death. She shunned every visitor and spent 3 weeks in bed. And after that, she did not go out and she was not seen by the public for a month and a half. It is alleged that Catherine would not let his body be buried for a month, so his body was left to rot in the summer heat. It is rumoured that when he was eventually buried, some of the pallbearers died because of the smell. Alexander Yermolov was born in 1754. He was introduced to Catherine by, you've guessed it, Grigori, and he was also tested by, you've guessed it, Anna. He became Catherine's lover in 1785. But Alexander brought down his own downfall by plotting with the enemies of Gregory to try and get him removed from court. After losing his position as Catherine's lover, he moved to Paris and died in 1843. Alexander Dmitriev Manonova was born on the 30th of September 1758. As what was now normal, Alexander was introduced to Catherine by Gregory in 1786. Catherine found Alexander really attractive and gave him and his family many gifts. He was promoted to colonel, major general and chamberlain, and she also gave him some apartments in the Winter Palace. But after being in a relationship with Catherine for 2 years, Alexander was starting to feel trapped. He told one of his friends that he considered his life to be a prison, that he was very bored. He was getting fed up that after every public appearance where there were women present, Catherine would get really jealous and get really clingy to him. He soon fell in love with one of Catherine's 16-year-old lady-in-waitings. He would take her away to spend some time together at a luxurious estate that Catherine had actually given him. Catherine found out about this and was, of course, really mad. So she started spreading rumours that Alexander had gone mad and this was the reason why he had ran off with her lady-in-waiting. So Alexander and his now fiancée came back and did beg forgiveness from Catherine. She did forgive him and gave them a wedding gift of 100,000 rubles and 2,250 serfs. They had one son together and Alexander died on the 11th of October 1803. Platon Zubov was born on the 15th of November 1769, Old Style. He was the last of Catherine the Great's lovers, and he was introduced to Catherine not by Gregory, but by Gregory's enemy, Field Marshal Nicholas Saltykov. Gregory was still the most favourite of Catherine's lovers, but Platon managed to get Catherine to be really into him. Now, at the time of their relationship, Catherine was over 60 and he was 22. He was, of course, made a count and also made a prince of the Holy Roman Empire. Platon became really powerful and he managed to amass a great fortune. When Catherine died, Platon was really upset and he refused to leave his sister's house for 11 days. On the 11th day, Catherine's son Paul, who was now emperor, visited him at his sister's house and stripped him of his estates and his posts and told him to go live abroad. So Platon travelled around Europe, and after some failed proposals and a duel in which his aide killed the cousin of King Louis XVI of France, he lived his life in seclusion, dying on the 7th of April 1822, Old Style. So that's a little video about Catherine the Great's lovers. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.